Saturday morning, Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us right now on Power Talk Radio, 1460 AM, 101.1 FM. Luis, thanks for joining us and welcome to the weekend.
Thank you, my friend. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Is you going to be able to get out on the water with your boat this weekend? Because it is that time of year, right?
It is that time of year. We're actually racing on Sunday, but this is Ronnie's birthday weekend. So we are going out of town to celebrate her birthday. She wants to go someplace warm, so we're going to head down to Paso Robles and hopefully find some sun and get some pool time in and just kind of relax and let her enjoy her birthday her way. So I won't be sailing this weekend.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to celebrate your birthday by letting her help you clean and prep the boat for the race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, although that would probably make her so happy to do that. Since she didn't suggest it, I'm not going to either.
Okay, very good. Hey, we have an interesting story today to talk about, but it's a little bit scary from a tech and surveillance standpoint. From Wired Magazine online, we get this story that U.S. Border Patrol agents are asking for help, the tech industry's help, in taking photos of everyone entering the country by car. Now, how exactly do they want to do this? What kind of technology are we talking about? And are there any privacy issues at risk here?
The answer is yes to all of that. We've been using facial recognition technology for a while for customs. For example, when we got back from Japan, we went through the customs and didn't even have to show our passports. All we did was stand in front of a kiosk and they took a picture of our face, and then we walked through. They let us in, and that was pretty much it. Once you were confirmed to be a citizen and they can match your face to a passport, then you're done. And that's called a one-to-one. It's complex, but it's been around for a while, and it's used in many instances. In fact, when you go check in through TSA at the airport in Monterey, they use your driver's license to compare your face to your license and make sure that you're the person that is boarding the plane. They don't need to see your boarding pass anymore because they're tied into the airline's tracking system, so they can say, yep, this is Luis Alvarez, and yep, he's on a flight out of Monterey this morning, so let him through. Well, imagine that kind of activity at the border where you have hundreds of cars coming and going every day. It's a lot more complex. People don't generally get out of their cars when they're crossing the border. They just get stopped and show your passport or whatever, and everybody in the vehicle shows their passport and off you go. The idea is to create a technology that doesn't exist currently that would be able to not only use facial recognition for the driver as the car drives through the checkpoint, but also everybody else in the car. And that's really, really complicated. That's called a one-to-many solution. And the border protection folks are trying to see if the tech companies can help them create this technology to biometrically confirm everybody that enters the U.S.
Wow. So now I would imagine that there are probably privacy advocates that would be against something like this. What is the Border Patrol's reason for wanting to do this? I guess they want to know who all is coming into the country, if any of the people that are in a vehicle as passengers might have criminal records?
Yeah. So the idea is to, one, speed up border entry, because when we were doing this customs coming into the U.S. through San Francisco, it really sped up the process, right? Instead of having to show your passport and the guy hold up the passport to look at your face, it quickly confirmed who you were and you got through pretty quickly. So on the positive side, this would ensure faster processing at the border for folks coming to the country and leaving the country. The negative side of this is how that data and how that information could be used in a negative way. So, for example, if they're trying to track down a criminal and they have somebody whose face looks like that person, and so they pull him aside and they assume that he is the suspect, and then later find out he's not, and it could be traumatizing to that person. And the reality is that those kind of systems have been shown to be effective about 76% of the time, but that leaves almost 25% of the time that it has validation issues.
That's right. There was in the story, they mentioned the fact that there were some cameras at a border crossing in McAllen, Texas, and it captured everyone in the car only 76% of the time, and just 81% met the validation requirements. So 81% of the 76% met the validation requirements. So that drops it down to like a 50% positivity rate, that's not good enough.
It's not, especially if you're the one at the other end of suspecting that you're in the country illegally or that you're a criminal and face matches somebody, but it really doesn't. It can be really fraught for problems. And so, yeah, like you pointed out, a lot of privacy advocates are against this type of technology used in this mass format where people aren't asked to opt in, but rather are just surreptitiously photographed without their knowledge, as opposed to when you go through customs at an airport, you get to decide whether you want to use that system or whether you want to go to the old-fashioned system where you have to show the guy your passport and he has to look at your face and confirm that it's you. You get to make that choice. In the case of the system that the Border Patrol is considering using, it's not going to be something that is optional. It's going to be everybody will have to be part of it.
Right. So this is something that's going to be litigated, I would imagine, but it also sounds like if the technology is only working 76% and 81% of the time, then it would seem that the technology still has some flaws and needs more refinement.
I don't think we're going to see this in the near future, but I do think this is the direction that the government is going. And by the way, for people that think that this is something that the Trump administration is cooking up, this has been around since 2021, 2022. So this started under the Biden administration. And it's not, it's really not political at all. It's just something that has been long in coming and hopefully will get better before it gets deployed.
All right. Well, we'll certainly be hearing more about this in the news as time rolls on and it becomes more apparent one way or the other. Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, has been our guest today here on Power Talk Radio. Online, it's alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is their X handle. Luis, what's the toll-free number for the I-Team?
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.
And looking ahead to Monday, what's on the agenda?
Well, if you think that after you die, you won't be able to testify in your own trial or somebody else's trial, think again. Tune in and learn how it's happening and has happened.
Join us Monday morning starting at 8:30 right here on Power Talk Radio. Luis, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And by the way, happy birthday to Ronnie.
I'll let her know. Thanks, my friend.